everybody, my name is Carol Mack. This tutorial will discuss business associate contracts. The writing should clarify each party's responsibilities to protect PHI. BA contracts are governed by 2 sections of the privacy rule and 2 sections of the security rule. The general rule says BA contracts must comply with privacy and security rules. The requirement for BA contracts is an administrative safeguard. A covered entity or a BA must obtain satisfactory assurance that the other party will appropriately safeguard PHI. If a covered entity knows or if a business associate knows of a pattern of activity or practice that constitutes a material breach or violation of the contract, the provider or BA must take reasonable steps to cure the breach or end the violation. If the problem can't be cured, the BA contract must be terminated if feasible. A covered entity is not required to monitor or obtain satisfactory assurance from a BA's subcontractor. The same concept is reiterated in the security rule. The security rule also requires the BA contract to require the business associate to report security incidents and breaches of unsecured PHI to the provider. The privacy rule requires contracts to establish permitted uses and disclosures. The security rule has additional requirements for electronic PHI. A contract must establish provisions set forth in specifications A through J, and it must authorize termination if either party violates the contract. OCR has published instructions and template language for BA contracts. Now we'll examine BA contracts in the town of Single Peak. Hudson and Priscilla Pruitt's medical office is on the plaza across from the Chamber of Commerce. The plaza dates back to the beginning of Single Peak. Many years ago, the Chamber of Commerce building was a Masonic lodge. The Pruitt office was originally a pharmacy. The previous owner retired and left a collection of drug supplies, fixtures, books, and old prescriptions. Pete was cleaning out the attic when he and Hudson had a falling out. Pete resigned his job as office manager and decided to take another job. He went to the other side of the plaza to work for his friend Computer Guy, repairing laptops and working in the recycling business. After a while, he patched things up with Hudson and Priscilla, and then he helped them move the old electronic hardware over to Guy's place.
Hudson, I just finished recycling your old computers. Do you want me to continue working on the attic?
Yes, but I think we need a business associate contract because you're not my employee anymore.
Sure, I could prepare the agreement. OCR has posted a template for business associate contracts. First, we need to make a list of permitted disclosures.
Should we put electronic recycling on the list?
Yes, recycling is a form of electronic PHI disclosure.
Should the contract specify any security safeguards?
Yes, the OCR template provides that the business associate must use appropriate safeguards with respect to electronic PHI.
How do you know what safeguards are appropriate?
We can adopt standards from NAID, the National Association for Information Destruction. They have specific recommendations for electronic PHI. They have a webpage specifying proper PHI disposal. We can incorporate NAID standards in our contract.
And what should we do about paper records?
Records in the attic can be shredded or incinerated, but some of the business records are valuable relics. I told the History Club you might donate some of the older records for their display case. The new privacy rule excludes PHI concerning persons deceased more than 50 years. For example, we could display the medicinal whiskey prescriptions from the Prohibition era.
Are you going to donate your time to verify dates of death?
No, but I recruited some volunteers to classify records as PHI or non-PHI. Docents of the museum will sign BA contracts as subcontractors.
And what about breach reporting?
The BA contract will make me responsible for breach reporting. The contract for the subcontractor will specify that no PHI should be removed from the office. If you agree, I'd be more than happy to prepare the BA contracts.
Thanks, Pete. I like the idea.
Business associates are required to sign BA contracts to specify how they intend to safeguard PHI. The contract should clearly identify the information at risk and specify whether electronic media will be returned to the covered entity or destroyed. Thanks for joining me in this tutorial. Now I want you to meet my colleagues, Roman Diaz, President of Touchstone Compliance, and Karen Darnall of Darnall Law Office.
We made these tutorials to help you learn about HIPAA and California law. For individual attention, go to our contact page. You can send us a message or schedule a consultation.
And I'm Roman Diaz, President of Touchstone Compliance. Our online tools and expert services provide everything you need to successfully address HIPAA compliance. We identify vulnerabilities, provide a thorough risk analysis, and assist with mitigation plans, policies and procedures, and staff training.